And we don't want to start late, so we'd like to get the show on the road. I'd like to start now by calling this meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
to the flag
of America and to the republic for which stands one
nation,
under God,
indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Moment of silence for those who've come before us. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to call the meeting to order, and just to let you know, we have exits to the upper left, straight ahead, and to my right, your left. In case of an emergency, please make sure that all cell phones are silenced so we don't have any nasty tweeting things in our ears. I'd like to welcome everybody who's at home watching us on YouTube. Thank you very much for your participation in attending. As you can see, we are a slimmed down board tonight. We have Counselor Daniel is on holiday, and Counselor Bacallo is under the weather. So we have three of us instead of the normal five, but we'll certainly make do. I don't really have any comments except
Just to clarify, that means that all three, in order to pass anything, we need all three S's, just to make that clear. Okay.
Thank you very much for that update. No real comments to speak of at this point. So let's just get things rolling at this point. Let's start out with public input. Do we have anybody who would like to speak on agenda items tonight? You have 3 minutes to come on up and speak on anything that's on the agenda. All right, seeing that no one's approached the microphone, we're going to move on to abstracts.
Move for the adoption of a resolution approving abstract number 17 of 2026 dated 4/29/2026 and abstract number 18 dated 5/6/2026.
Okay, you got a second? All right. Any board comments on the abstracts? I know we've had a chance to look at them. I've looked at them. I didn't see anything that caused me any pause. So anything else we want to talk about on these abstracts?
Nope.
Okay, I'm calling for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, and no abstentions or nays. Motion is adopted. I am moving for the adoption of a resolution to appropriate $3,000 from Revenue Budget Code 002-0000-2665-0000, sales of equipment to expense code 02002-3120 4710-0000, building repairs. That was paid by the Village of Central Square for the sales of tasers, training, and accessories. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any board comments on this? That we had talked to Chief about this before. We had already had this all taken care of, that this was already a done deal. So any other discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And no nays and abstentions. The motion is adopted. Move to adopt the resolution for the town board to approve a criminal investigation budget line in the amount of $300 petty cash for the purpose of police investigations. New account code as 002-3120-4005-0000, criminal investigations. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. We have any board comments on this? I would just like to ask Chief Rotuno to kind of comment on this.
In the investigative process, yeah, without going into the investigative process, it's just things that we use for like buy money when we might be doing these smoke shops and things like that. And the funding is coming from asset forfeiture funding that we've seized from other investigations. So it's money that we've seized from other cases.
Thank you very much, Chief. Just a little brief explanation. Any other comments on the board? Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
Set a public hearing to amend the 5-year consolidated plan. Move for the adoption of resolution calling for a public hearing on May 27th, 2026 commencing at 6 p.m. local time to amend the 5-year consolidated plan as required by U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development for the submission of the 2026 Community Development Block Grant funding through Onondaga County.
Second.
All right, do we have any discussion on this? All right, I'll call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed and abstentions, the motion carries.
Okay, police, promote Sergeant James Snell to police lieutenant. Move to adopt the resolution to promote Sergeant James Snell to the rank of police lieutenant at an annual rate of $105,464 effective May 24th, 2026. Budget code 002-3120-0100-000.
I second. Do we have any comments on this from board? I will call for a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Promote Officer Kyle Harrington to police sergeant. Move to adopt the resolution to promote Officer Kyle Harrington to the rank of police sergeant at an annual pay rate of $100,000 or $100,442 effective May 24th, 2026. Budget code 002-3120-0100-000.
I will second that as well. Do we have any board comments on this? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions, the motion is adopted.
Hire DeQuan Stevens, full-time police officer. Move to adopt the resolution to hire of DeQuan Stevens as full-time recruit police officer at a starting pay rate of $61,130 per year effective May 24th, 2026. Budget code 002-3120-0100-000.
Do we have a second? I will second. Any board comments?
I would just like to make the comment just to confirm, so everybody is aware that these are replacement positions. We're not adding new positions, people that have left the department, and just to be clear and transparent.
Duly noted. Additional discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, motion carries. Okay, I think we're going to take the picture now before we get into any more of the meeting. So we're going to have a photo with the town board and the officers.
Formal swearing-in ceremony next Friday, the 22nd at the Cicero Fire Department. Just because this room wouldn't be able to accommodate all the people in it either. So we're gonna be doing something next Friday, and I'll blast the email out later on. Big one, new lieutenant, come on up. We'll put the tall guy in the hole. Yes. Yes, there's it, Congratulations. Formally.
Thank you.
Welcome. Excuse me, Wayne, can you send that to us? Thank you.
Big one, you can take your family out to dinner now.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.
We'll see you next Friday, folks.
Jim.
Okay, we ready to continue?
We'll continue on.
Right.
2026 to 2027 Special Patrol Officer Agreement. Move to adopt the resolution to approve the 2026 to 2027 Special Patrol Officer Agreement between the town of Cicero and North Syracuse Central School District.
I second. Do we have any discussion on this issue? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Abstentions and nays, no. Motion is adopted.
2026 Walmart Community Grant. Move to adopt a resolution to accept the 2026 Walmart Community Grant for the Cicero Police Department in the amount of $2,000.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, the motion is adopted.
Criminal investigation budget. Move to adopt the resolution for the town board to approve a criminal investigation budget line in the amount of $300 petty cash for the purpose of police investigations. New account code as 002-3120-4005-0000 criminal investigations. Is that on there twice?
Let's say this is a duplicate, correct? Because it kind of looks like the other
Yeah.
one. I just noticed that now. I was like, we have a
Yeah,
second one?
we can just skip it, right?
We are going to skip over that, please, because we've already done this and voted on it. So it's just a misprint. Not a problem. Thank you for pointing that out.
Move for the adoption of a resolution that the town board approves and authorizes the town supervisor to renew the annual cyber insurance policy with Haler, Fryer, and Kuhn for $10,000, $10,200. Budget code 001-1910-40000000.
I will second. Any discussion on this? I will say that this is one of the scariest things I have seen as town supervisor. The cybersecurity issue is going through the roof. Wayne and I talked about this earlier today. It's featured in our town, the magazine for the New York State Towns Association, just how much we are being attacked as towns with cybersecurity. 75% of it is because of people that are susceptible to a phishing email, see something that they think is official, they click on it all of a sudden. If you don't have the right cybersecurity, you're in a world of hurt, and there's ransomware and the whole thing, and towns have basically gone bankrupt because of this. So I credit what we've done so far and just want to continue on with that. So any other comments?
Have you reviewed the policy yourself?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, very tight.
Counselor Hogan, have you seen the policy at all?
No.
Neither have I. I would like, I mean, if I'm going to vote on something for the residents, I feel I would like to actually review it so I know what I'm voting on.
Okay, can we get that relatively quickly to them? All right, we're gonna have to just table this then. Well, I mean, wait, can you just explain, maybe we can. just
Jermaine, have
walk
you-
through it a little bit?
Robert, have you reviewed the policy at all?
This is the same
Renewal.
cyber insurance policy we've had in place. What I can tell you about cyber security insurance, our rates have doubled over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years. I see Bill Myers here. We contended with this a number of years ago. Coverage has halved. All right. It's a standard policy. Okay. It's the lowest that we could reasonably afford. All right. There's better coverage. There's things we're going to need to do in the following year to keep up with software to make sure it's licensed and secured. Okay, this is not something we want to lapse.
I'm fully aware of the cybersecurity. I deal with that on a regular basis. I just want to make sure that, you know, if I'm going to vote on something that is involving taxpayer dollars, I would like to at least get some sort of eyes on it so I know what I'm voting for.
All right, I will get a copy of
not-
the policy.
That's something that we should do on a regular.
Well, we are also up against somewhat of a hard
Yeah,
deadline
right.
on this right now. So if we let this lapse at this point, we're gonna have to find a way to patch this up with
Okay.
additional budget dollars to make up for the time until we have the next board meeting to vote on it.
Okay,
So
Take
that's
care
what
of
we're
that.
gonna have to do.
So if we could going forward, when you receive that, forward it to the board so we can review it.
Good, but like I say, we're
Well,
gonna have
it-
to, it's gonna cost us more because we're gonna have to now have additional weeks paid for because we're up against a tight deadline on that. So I want the board to be aware
Wayne,
of
just
that.
to be clear, I appreciate all the work that you do behind this. I know that you go far above and beyond digging this. This is an issue with when it's brought to the supervisor, he needs to communicate it with the rest of the board. So that's something that we're up against, not just this, but in general across the board. So I just want to clarify that we really appreciate all that you do and we trust the work that you're doing. This is a communication issue from the supervisor to the rest of the board. Okay.
Duly noted. So we will take care of that and we'll work on the extension as that as well. Move for the adoption of a resolution to accept the Town of Cicero abuse and molestation prevention policy. This has been reviewed by legal as acceptable in form and content and was provided to the town board for review, receiving no comments. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion on this?
This is another one that I'd like to review the policy on before voting on it. And I believe this was brought up in the past. And this is brought by the insurance company, I believe, is asking for this. I think there was something about a police policy and also a van policy or something, and then there's another policy as well.
This is a general town policy that we're adopting.
The insurance company asked for it?
We,
'Cause I thought I remember in past board meetings
Yeah.
that there was conversation about it.
they
That
think it's a
the
good idea.
insurance company was looking for
Yep.
4 different policies.
So who has reviewed this?
This was reviewed by our HR department and passed around through several of the departments, police, Parks and Rec, and a bunch of other departments got this
You did
through.
too?
Yeah,
Okay, great.
yeah, and Robert.
Thank you.
Okay, so all in favor, say aye. Yep.
I would still, like I said, if I'm spending
Okay.
taxpayer dollars, I would like to review it.
Okay, so we're gonna have to table this as well. The next one.
Barbara Shreezia, part-time deputy clerk. Move for the adoption of the resolution to approve the rehire of Barbara Shreezia, part-time deputy town clerk in the amount of $21.42 per hour per the approved budget amount on or about January 26, 2026.
Do we have a second? I will second that. Discussion? Okay, since there's no discussion, all in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, and motion carries.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve and authorize the supervisor to execute the fireworks permit from the American Fireworks Display LLC to be held at 7384 Thompson Road, North Syracuse, New York on June 13th, 2026 at approximately 9 p.m. and to accept the $100 permit fee.
Second.
Excuse me, there is a change. It is an American Fireworks. They changed it and it is they changed the company to Pyrotech. So if we could just make that amendment, Pyro Technico, okay? It's not American Fireworks. Thank you.
Okay, so that's been duly noted and changed. Are there any other discussions on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to establish the following New York State standard workdays for these titles. Will report the officials to the New York State and local retirement system based on timekeeping system records or their record of activities as presented.
Second.
Do we have any discussion on this issue? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted. Field use fees for the 2026 for Skyway and Central Park. I'm making a motion for the adoption of a resolution to set field use fees for the 2026 for Skyway and Central Park for the use of the baseball fields not affiliated with the North Syracuse or Cicero Little League. The field use fee breakdown, which will include a credit to being applied to the host of Little League if applicable. For practice, one team, $25 an hour. This reserves the field for practice, ensuring dedicated fields use without conflicts over field availability. For games, two teams at $25 per team for 2.5 hours. Field fee, $125. Facility maintenance fee, $25. A credit will go back to the host Little League if used. Paper products, chalkers, infield mix, rakes, etc. Total of $150. Tournaments, one team, $25 an hour for 8 hours per day use. Field fee, $200. Facility maintenance fee, $50. A credit will go back to the host Little League if used. Paper products, chalkers, infield mix, rakes, etc. Total $250. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, board comments on these fees, because Tony's here if there's any questions that we have on that.
Tony, do we have different prices? I know we had talked about this before, different prices for in-town residents versus out of town residents, renting and using the field?
The only thing we have is our breakdown for what we call in-house teams, our Little League, Pop Warner, and football. And soccer, I'm sorry.
And so they're different?
They're different prices. We charge them a flat fee for a resident that lives in there and a non-resident fee.
Okay.
But
Okay.
those are what we consider our in-house leagues. These would be considered our travel teams that want to use our facilities. They're coming in.
Have you looked at, I have no issues with this whatsoever, by the way. I almost think that it should be more. Have you looked into seeing it in comparison to what other places charge? Do you know how it,
We're on the more expensive side of
Okay,
things,
good.
but we're also being hit up by other travel teams that have been using our fields and haven't been paying.
well, let me know if you need any help with those types of discussions, because I fully support this.
Okay, any other discussion on this?
Just so the board knows that all fees that are brought in go back to that park. So if we generate money for those parks, it goes back into that facility.
As it
doesn't-
should, because they're beating up those parks.
Correct.
Fair enough. Any other discussion? Call for a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion is adopted. Move for the adoption of a resolution to hire the following: Matthew Clark, park labor, $16 an hour, May 18th, 2026, budget code 001-7110-0105-0000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any board comments on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted. Purchasing a Ventrek tractor with three-point hitch. I'm making a motion to move for the adoption of a resolution to purchase a Ventrek tractor with three-point hitch and dual wheel kit from CNY Farm Supply in the amount of $33,470.80 and dual wheel kit in the amount of $1,491.60. Total amount $34,962.40. Budget code 001-7110-0220-0000, mowing equipment. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, board comments?
Was this already decided? Like, we already knew this was coming, or is this new?
The tractor is new. The add-ons were accepted at the last board meeting.
Okay,
We were going out and instead of getting the attachments and putting it on our old mower, we're just going to get a new mower and put all those attachments on the new mower. This allows us to mow the fields when they're extremely wet, which we've had a very wet spring. So this allows us to get those fields mowed for the teams that are going on and playing games and practicing.
okay. About how long do these last, do you know?
These are good for a long time.
Okay,
These are one of those things that we could even look around and probably sell and get the investment to keep up on them, on the maintenance.
thank you.
Any other discussion?
Did
All-
we get, multiple bids, or is this just a one?
This is equipment that we've currently already have, so we're just going with equipment that we've had.
Okay.
Staying with the same brand.
Right, so the attachments can go on the new mower, can go
Yeah.
on the old mower, and
Okay.
we can swap them out.
Good.
Yes, they're under, I think Sourcewell,
Okay.
which is a national source
Good.
company. So wherever we get it, it's all at the same price.
Thank you.
Additional discussion? Call for a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted. Move to accept a donation of $500 from the Sydney Federal Credit Union to help support the Cicero Summer Concert Series, budget code 001-7989-4000-0000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, discussion on this donation?
Who was it that found this donation?
They reached out to us.
It's great. Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is adopted. Move for the adoption of a resolution to hire and approve the rates of pay for the following candidates as listed for summer day camp staff. They are all listed on the itinerary. I'm not going to go over all of them. Lily Magna, camp counselor at 16/25, start date on or around 6/23. Budget code 002-7140-0105-0000, day camp personnel. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second.
Okay, board comments and discussion on this? I want to just make sure that we've hired the people that we've reached out to, that have reached out to us rather, and that we've done a fair, transparent hiring practices, that we didn't just, have people in there that had been doing it every year, that we've thoroughly looked at all the candidates.
We interviewed all the new hires. The returning hires, we've contacted them, letting them know they reapplied, saying that they wanted to come back. If we went through the interview process and we haven't hired them, we've also passed them along to the Village of North Syracuse for their summer playground program. So we're trying to find local kids summer jobs. So if we're not directly hiring them, we're moving them down to the village for their summer playground program.
Do you get a good amount of candidates? How do they find out about this?
So it's usually through Facebook and stuff like that. They are aware of what we're doing each summer. We had a good turnout this year. Like I said, there's probably about a handful of young students that we haven't hired, and from them, we're recommending them down to the village to still interview for summer employment.
Thank you.
All right, any additional discussion on this? Okay, I call for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Highway, rent a mini paver. Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Stevenson equipment in the amount of $10,700 from budget code 003-5110-4400-0000. Highway repairs equipment rental.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion on this mini paver? Okay, voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Traffic paint. Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Sherwin-Williams state bid number 23252 in the amount of $15,000 from budget code 003-3310-4000-0000. Traffic control contractual.
I will second. Do we have any comments on this particular item? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Summer help. Move for the adoption of a resolution to hire Justin Dwyer as summer help, start date 5/18/2026, in the amount of $16 per hour, approximately 12 weeks, from budget code 003-5110-0105-0000. Highway repairs summer help.
I will second. Any board comments on this item?
Was this planned or just new? Okay. I'm sure. Is this like full-time or as needed or? Okay.
Do we put any of this on like the emailer to? Yeah.
What's the expectation in terms of experience and what they'll have to do?
Sounds like they get paid to go to the gym.
Additional discussion? Call for a vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Truck Springs. Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Allied Springs, Onondaga County, her contract number 5090, in the amount of estimated $5,500 from budget code 003-5130-4340-0000. Highway Machinery Springs.
I will second. Any board discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Property Maintenance Contract. Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Cicero Property Maintenance LLC for the 2026 lawn maintenance budget for the Highway Department in the amount of $6,500. Budget code 003-5132-4000-0000. Highway Garage Contractual.
Do we have a second? I will second. Board comments?
Is this this isn't new. This is the same. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. No additional comments. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve and authorize the supervisor to execute the parade permit for the James Harvey Spire American Legion Post 787 Memorial Day Parade to be held on Monday, May 25th, 2026 at 11 a.m. The route of the procession will start at the Cicero Cemetery on Route 11 and proceed south to the American Legion Post 787 on Legionnaire Drive. Approve an expenditure in the amount of $500 to help defer the cost of the Memorial Day Parade and ceremonies. Budget code 001-7550-4000-0000.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, any discussion on this? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
Just a quick question on that. If we could just communicate what we're doing as a town in terms of being in it, truck, and not who's doing what. Just a comment, if we could keep that communication open, so there's not segregation on what we're doing.
You go right on their website. You can actually just sign right up if you're going to participate. They make it so easy on there for us, so.
Yeah, I'm saying us as a town, what we decide to do.
Oh, like as a group to walk in the parade? I think it would be a good thing.
So,
Duly noted.
just good communication, that's all I ask. Comptroller, the 2025 annual final report for the town of Cicero has been completed and is on file for public view on the Cicero Town website, www.ciceronewyork.net.
I will second. Do we have any discussion on this?
It doesn't really need a.
Doesn't
vote,
need it, it's just like an
informational.
announcement, it looks like.
And as an update,
Okay.
it's not technically on the website yet. We had some technical issues. Should have it up tomorrow.
Wonderful. Okay, I call for a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We don't need it for that.
There you
right?
go.
Okay.
All right. Move for the adoption of a resolution to accept the resignation of Mallory Albert, Cicero Town Historian, effective April 21st, 2026. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any board comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted.
I would like to say that Mallory did a great job and was very, worked hard at doing what she did for the Historical Society. And I thank her for all her efforts. Cicero Town Historian Scott White. Move for the adoption of a resolution to approve Scott White as Cicero Town Historian at an annual amount of $700 effective April 21st, 2026, and to authorize the supervisor to execute the contract. Budget code 001-7510-4000-0001.
I will second. We have a replacement, very important.
Is it the same amount? I don't know what it is off the top of my head.
Off the top of my head, I believe so.
I think it is. Yeah, it's the same amount.
Do we have a description or a general description of what's expected of them or what they need to get us information wise, or is there any expectation that we have for that $700?
It's very limited from what I understand. From what I read on it, it's basically just the services provided to the town as needed as historian. So whenever we call upon them to give us any information, they do.
And does anyone know what we've asked them to do?
They have given updates, and Mallory has come in to a town board and given the updates of things. And we have a lot of calls in our office, in the town clerk's office, that people who doing genealogy or need historical information, and we direct them. So they're an as-needed basis to do all of that, yes.
Okay.
Additional comments?
Town is required to have legally a town historian too, in law.
Oh,
Thank
thank you.
Do you know of the rules for what we have to pay them and what we have to do and what that interaction is?
It's
Are
always
those
just been a
expectations?
stipend. Yeah, just a stipend to acknowledge it.
Okay, any additional comments? Call for a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion is adopted. All right, we're going to move into our discussion section now. The South Bay Bridge is finally complete. Crews are now working on restoration of the area, doing cleanup. We've had extensive conversations with Tanisha Murphy, who's done a pretty good job in keeping us as updated as possible. There was a little bit of a glitch. It was opened, and occasionally they had to close down a lane as they were doing some work, but they did get it open pretty quickly and on time. Actually, it was a little earlier than they had predicted. May 15th was the day they were supposed to open it both ways, and they had it open before that. So special thanks to the Department of Transportation for taking care of that. I also like to point out, we have the Summer Lakeside Concert Series coming out, our Parks and Recreation Department over at William Park. Please make sure you give a chance and stop by July 2nd all the way through August 6th. Food trucks, it's bands, it's always a good time. I've gone there a number of times myself, as a lot of people here have. So please try to get to those events and drum up a little business there. All right, like to move now to Earth Day. You
I
want
got
to
a
talk about that?
yeah.
Okay.
So while you're on vacation, I just want to be transparent with everybody. I met with the DOT, with the fire departments and the police department and NAVAC as far as the communication from the DOT notifying the town of Cicero so the residents can be notified ahead of time, so we're not getting a last minute notification if we even get a notification at all. It was a very good, meeting. And as much as, but this board would like to take credit for it, the credit goes to the police department, the NAVAC, and the fire departments. They were the big drivers behind getting the meeting done. And it was a good meeting, and I believe there's going to be a better communication channel going forward with that. So we'll be able to notify the residents ahead of time, and emergency response can have alternate routes so they can respond in an adequate amount of time.
This has been an issue that has been brought up several times. We've talked to the fire department about this. There were some real problems earlier, and a meeting was needed, and I'm glad that got taken care of. So hopefully better communication with that department. Okay. Tracy, would you like to comment a little bit on Earth Day?
Yes, thank you. Earth Day, the day before, was absolutely beautiful. We had so many groups that went out and participated, and we went around on Saturday and picked up a large number of groups that had picked up a lot of areas. I don't want to actually specifically name everyone's name and forget somebody, but this Jim Tortorelli resident came on, and he picked up over 16 bags on the on and off ramps of Route 81 over off of Taft Road. Amy Robinson had a group on Route 31, and Karate John's, their group picked up Route 31 in Crabtree. We had Al Sturpey's group all pick up over there off of where East Circle Drive is. We had a great participation with so many groups, and that actual day, we had a great turnout. As you can see, I have some pictures here that I can show. But I wanted to thank the VIPs, the police VIPs, the highway department, and the parks crew, the canteen, and town board members, past and present, that attended, and also our legislator, Tim Burtis, and I'm going to forget somebody, so I'm not going to keep naming people. And our town employees, of course. I called Okra today, and they stated that Onondaga County collected 157,760 pounds, which is 78.88 tons of garbage. And the town of Cicero Highway Department confirmed that they had 720 pounds just in the town of Cicero of garbage and 190 tires that got cleaned up. So as you can see, that's amazing. That was a lot of hard work, and that is really working together for our community to make our environment a lot better. And it's nice to go around the next day and see how clean the areas that we did do were. And I know a lot of the people, all of the gentlemen that were over on 81 thanked us for picking up all that area over there by 81, because it really helped them and all they've got going on over there. So I just wanted to make sure that I thanked everybody. Thank you.
Also, Sunday, the 17th, I believe, there's a chicken barbecue for the Cicero Historical Society, a fundraiser that's being put on for them. So if anybody'd like to get a nice chicken dinner, they'll be there Sunday.
Okay, additional comments from the board? All right, at this portion of the meeting, we'd like to allow public input. Speakers have up to 3 minutes on anything they would like to speak on. Please approach the microphone.
My name's Scott White, the new town historian. Thank you very much. I just wanted to come forward and first of all, thank the board very much for the huge donation that allowed us to get the Stone Arabia roof fixed last year or the year before. That's gone a long way to help restore that building, which is our oldest and most cherished relic in the town. There's a lot more work to do. The inside of the building needs a lot of work. And we're looking to coincide with the chicken barbecue. We're also having our plant sale to raise funds. That again is on the 17th between the hours of 12 and 3. In regards to what the town historian does, whatever you need me to do, I am at your disposal. That goes for all the residents as well. If they have any questions about the town, about who they are, where they came from, we're the people to call, and we'll find that information for them. Since I was voted in on the 21st, I've probably, over those 3 weeks, put in probably about 90 to 100 hours, just working on town historian stuff. So just to put your minds at ease, there's a lot of work to it. And Mr. Pardee, you're exactly right. Mallory did a great job. So just wanted to introduce myself and invite you all to the plant sale on the 17th and the chicken barbecue. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. As
Thank
a
you.
former history teacher, I would like to congratulate you as well. History is very important.
Appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Any additional public input? Seeing none, I will ask for a motion to close our meeting. Do I have a second to close our meeting?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.